E.N.D here, Wilds of Eldraine. Let's prepare ourselves to embark on another enchanting journey through time as the meditative realm of Eldraine unveils itself once again, now more captivating than ever before. 4 years have passed from the first time we've visited this medieval world full of gallant knights, majestic castles, and that tapestry of magical creatures. We will step again into a realm where the essence of fairy tales dances in the air, where every cobblestone pathway holds the promise of wonder and adventure. But what do we expect in Wilds of Eldraine? For the time being, we don't have a lot of information. We know that the witch Ariette is responsible for the curse that's laying over the plane. Will Kenrit have taken up his father's swords and now he's the king of the realm? His twin sister Rowan, a Strixhaven trained mage, is trying to gain as much as possible magical power to make up for her Despark, and the non-Despark planeswalker Ashok has arrived to profit from the slumber curse nobody can wake up from. That's all what we know so far. Let's not waste time and start. But first, as always, let's have a quick look at my previous set predictions. March of the Machine. Total score 55 out of 100. What I have correctly predicted are the Phyrexian Well 3, Avengers Assemble, The Last Mirren Sword, Elesh Norn Bitrate, partly the battle card, and not a happy ending. On the other hand, I have wrongly predicted more completed planeswalkers, Atraxa Planeswalker, a new breed of planeswalkers, and Teferi Sacrifice. Overall, not one of my best predictions videos, but I think I deserve a small applause. Thanks. Intro please. First prediction, more fairy tales. Eldraine is a plane where magic intertwines with the enchanting tales of old. The rich tapestry of folklore and fairy tales comes alive in a unique and captivating way, drawing inspiration from the timeless stories of the Brothers Grimm. For Wilds of Eldraine, a set, its predecessor Throne of Eldraine, I am predicting that the set will be further based and inspired by the tales of the Brothers Grimm and Hans Christian Andersen. But I believe this time we will go darker, much darker than Throne of Eldraine. The tales of the Brothers Grimm and especially Hans Christian Andersen have a dimmer tone than what we used to see in Disney pictures. Forget your Let It Go. Second prediction, Arthurian Legends. Throne of Eldraine was inspired not only from the traditional fairy tales but also from the Arthurian Legends, the High King, the castles, the knights, the quest, Excalibur, and the adamant mechanic, all these added to the flavor of the set. But the High King Algenos Kenrit wasn't the once and future king. I believe that fate is reserved to his son, Will Kenrit. After the events of March of the Machine and the death of Algenos and Linden Kenrit, their son Will, now a Despark planeswalker, became the new High King of Eldraine and what I believe the true once and future king. Therefore, for Wilds of Eldraine, I am predicting that the set will embrace more the spirit of Arthurian quest, presenting players with challenges and trials. Just as Arthur's knights sought the Holy Grail, here we will embark on our own perilous journeys, facing formidable foes and discovering magical artifacts. Third prediction, the Shadow Queen. The flavor text of Deathless Night revealed us that deep in the wilds of Eldraine resides the Shadow Queen. As for whom she might be, I am predicting that the Shadow Queen will be none less than the witch Ariette. Ariette is the witch responsible for the deep sleep that the realm of Eldraine has slumbered in, to eventually repel the Phyrexian invasion. But I believe Ariette is more than just an evil witch. I believe she will play a bigger part in this set. I am further predicting that Ariette is the first wife thought to be that of Kenrit the Returned King, and hence the biological mother of Will and Rowan Kenrit. While she looks a bit younger, there's a hint that she isn't as young as she might seem. If you look at her collar, you'll notice that there's a reflection of her in which she looks much older, most probably using a spell to keep the eternal youth. Ariete will play a very important role in Wilds of Eldraine, helping Will and Rowan to achieve their objectives. Will become the once and future king, a just king for Eldraine, and Rowan reignite her spark. Fourth prediction, the true villain. While we are talking about the Shadow Queen, the evil witch Ariete, a potential villain in the set, we cannot not mention Ashok. We already know that Ashok will feature in Wilds of Eldraine, wielding their full Planeswalker's powers. After the invasion of the multiverse by Elesh Norn, Ashok was among the selected few Planeswalkers who managed to retain their spark. They journeyed to Eldraine, a realm that has fallen into a deep magical slumber, where Ashok cunningly harnessed the nightmares of the sleeping citizens and turned them against those still awake. Contrary to what everyone is thinking, I believe that the true antagonist in Wilds of Eldraine will not be Ariete, but Ashok. Being a Planeswalker associated with nightmares, Ashok's intentions are undoubtedly nefarious, especially when taking into account the widespread slumber that has befallen the land. As a result, I predict for Wilds of Eldraine that Ashok will emerge as the ultimate villain, while Ariete will undergo a transformation and become the hero by the end of the story. Fifth prediction, a new spark for Rowan. After the events in March of the Machine, Will and Rowan unfortunately lost their Planeswalker spark. While Will seems to have accepted this fate and has assumed his father's role as the king of the realm, Rowan, driven by her underlying ambition, refuses to surrender. It's highly likely that she will relentlessly seek a means to reignite her Planeswalker spark. Despite being twin siblings who share a strong bond including their Planeswalker spark, the loss of their sparks have created a distinct divergence between Will and Rowan. Now, with their sparks extinguished, I am confident that Rowan will explore any means necessary to rekindle her latent power, even if it means allying herself with the dark forces of Eldraine. Therefore, my prediction for Wilds of Eldraine is that Rowan will indeed discover a way to reignite her spark, and at this stage it wouldn't be surprising if she does not share this newfound power with Will. Sixth prediction, the return of Orco. Undoubtedly, the Planeswalker Orco has played a pivotal role in the narrative of Throne of Eldraine, leaving both positive and negative impressions. He initiated the story by kidnapping King Kenrith and transforming him into a stag, setting the events of Throne of Eldraine into motion. However, it is important to note that Orco's Planeswalker card, Orco Thief of Crowns, exerted an overwhelming influence in various competitive formats, solidifying its reputation as one of the most powerful Planeswalker cards ever printed by Wizards of the Coast. Given Orco's significant impact, I predict that he will make a return in Wilds of Eldraine with his full Planeswalker powers intact. Considering his past dominance, it wouldn't be surprising to witness the emergence of another exceedingly amazing Planeswalker card within this set. Seventh prediction, the return of adventure. The introduction of the adventure mechanic in Throne of Eldraine proved to be a resounding success, captivating players and becoming a beloved addition to the game. With this mechanic, Wizards of the Coast ingeniously revitalized split cards, making them both playable and enjoyable. Some of the most notable cards featuring this mechanic were Bonecrusher Giant with its Stomp, Brazen Barrower with its Petty Theft, and Murderous Rider with its Swift Hand. Given the immense popularity of the adventure mechanic, it is highly anticipated that it will make a triumphant return in Wilds of Eldraine. Mark Rosewater, head designer for Magic the Gathering, has even stated that the adventure mechanic ranks as a 3 on the Storm scale, indicating a high likelihood of its reuse in future sets, possibly even multiple times. Therefore, for Wilds of Eldraine, I am predicting that the adventure mechanic will return, and I wouldn't be surprised if its presence dramatically impacts the standard metagame. 8th prediction, a new cycle of monocolored utility lands. In the original Throne of Eldraine set, we were introduced to the 5 castles of the realm, rare lands representing each court. These lands had several valuable qualities. They were non-legendary, generated 1 mana of a specific color, featured activated abilities, and enter tapped only if you didn't control a land of the corresponding basic land type. The success of these 5 lands was undeniable. They provided players with valuable resources, allowing for smooth mana production and offering additional benefits through their activated abilities. However, in the wake of the events of the March of the Machine, it is expected that these classes have undergone significant changes. In light of this, I predict the introduction of 5 new rare lands depicting the castles after the aftermath of March of the Machine. These lands will likely retain an activated ability, providing players with renewed advantages and synergies. 9th prediction, a renewed Fairytale frame. Throne of Eldraine marked a significant milestone in Magic the Gathering with the introduction of the Booster Fun project. This innovative concept brought about the inclusion of showcase cards, offering stunning alternative versions of the original cards. Among these showcases, the Fairytale Showcase stood out as an exceptionally beautiful version, capturing the essence of the theme. Considering the immense success and acclaim gained by the Fairytale Showcase, I predict that Wilds of Eldraine will feature a renewed iteration of this enchanting frame. Furthermore, I anticipate that this new iteration will surpass the beauty and allure of the original showcase, elevating the visual experience for collectors and players alike. 10th and last prediction, another happily ever after. Throne of Eldraine concluded with a triumphant resolution that saw the return of King Kenrith, the defeat of Orco, and the release of Garruk from his curse. This decisive event led to a heartwarming reunion between King Algenus Kenrith and his beloved wife Linden, as well as their 2 children Will and Rowan. Their reunion signaled the beginning of their happily ever after, a fitting conclusion for a fairy tale inspired plane and set. However, just when it seemed that peace had settled upon the realm, the Phyrexians decided to invade the multiverse, shattering the tranquility of Eldraine. Despite this looming threat, it is crucial to maintain the essence of a fairy tale narrative, which traditionally features a happily ever after. Therefore, in the context of Wilds of Eldraine, I predict that the story will culminate in a renewed happily ever after. As the tale unfolds, we can envision Will ascending to the throne of the realm of Eldraine, with his mother Ariad by his side and his newly sparked sister Rowan standing as a formidable ally. Together, they will embody the triumph of good over evil and restore the much desired harmony to the enchanted realm. So these are my 10 predictions for Wilds of Eldraine. Leave me a comment, what do you think will happen in this new enchanted set? And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.